Good afternoon, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my contemplative time has been all about the courage it takes to do things just a little bit differently. So, different from the crowd, let's say. And I actually believe that all of us do things just slightly different from everyone else, which is what brings about that uniqueness about ourselves. But of course, a lot of people also like to blend into, I don't want to look too different, right? So it does take courage to be fully and authentically ourselves. And I strongly encourage this, of course, with that baseline of the best of ourselves, our highest selves coming through. Things like love, peace, compassion, um, a creativity, a love and compassion for others on top of ourselves. So, all of those things that is a baseline as we show the world or ourselves what we're capable of and how we think or how we speak or how we interact with the world. And I love this uniqueness. So, I thought I'd share this one quote that I came across that I thought was so beautiful. It says, "The common person fears to think beyond the common. The common person fears to think beyond the common." Now, this is how statistically we would get the idea of averages, right? So most people are average because they are the common person, right? Now, remember, I just said that we're all a little bit unique in our own styles, and it's so wonderful to be able to co create with each other in our families, in our life experiences. And I know that that term co-creation has been used in terms of scripture. It's been used in terms of many sorts of motivational speakers. There's certainly been used by spiritual guides. And this whole idea of we are all co-creating, aren't we? I mean, even us with trees, I mean, they are giving us oxygen. We are breathing that in and helping them with carbon dioxide to continue that cycle. So that's just trees. And every single person is helping each other somehow in the world or affecting one another, right? So it's so nice when we can do this consciously and actually have the courage to be the best of our higher selves. So the next quotation that I came across was this one. It's actually by Milton Erickson, and it says, "Life will bring you pain all by itself. Your responsibility is to create joy." So I thought, of course, I would love a quotation like this because I thought a lot of people would start thinking that's not so easy to be different when the world is expecting us all to be in a particular way, or my workplace expects this, or my family expects this, and all of that. So we've got all sorts of reasons that it's not so easy to have that courage to be our unique selves. But when we hear this quotation, where life will bring you pain all by itself, your responsibility is to create joy. Now, how can we do this? Certainly, I speak with people regularly about encouraging positive communication, right? Positive communication can allow us to bring joy into whatever life experience we are in the moment. Even in terms of meditation, when I think of meditation and mindfulness, unless we know that our inherent nature is joyful, and then we've covered it all with lots of things to do and responsibilities and worries and fears and anger and frustration and all of the lower vibration energies, that when we take the time to rid ourselves of those energies, we see that we're left with joy. And this is a beautiful experience for us to experience ourselves and also to be able to spread to anyone that we interact with. And this energy is more soul energy. Whereas all of those lower vibration energies, or even the concern about what will someone think if I do this, or if I say this, or if I think this, all of those things are mind related. And this is the thing too, right? So if you were to think that if our mind is at ease, it's at the time where I can speak what I need to speak, my honest truth, right? I don't have to worry about, oh, I better not tell them this, otherwise I might get this reaction. Now, what's also happening? I'm often trying to read how is that person going to respond to what I think or what I speak or what I do, because I think I understand them. And when I think I understand them, there's a lot of judgment there, right? Because a lot of times How many people truly understand you? How many people truly understand me? I understand me, right? So it doesn't matter how long you've known me for, you won't understand me the way I understand me. So if we come out of the ego space a little bit and actually just ask, hey, how does it sound if I'm saying something like this? Or how do you think of this? Or I really like this. And we're just making our statements in a kind and compassionate way of sharing information or suggesting things or thinking things out loud. And when it's received with just an open mind and open ears and a loving presence, it's so easy to have kind and loving communication between people, right? So then I came across this other quotation, which again kind of puts this all together. And it says, the greatest self is a peaceful smile that always sees the world smiling back. The greatest self is a peaceful smile that always sees the world smiling back. And this was by Bryant McGill. And I love this. So it's the same author, right? As the first, the common person fears to think beyond the common. Same author. And when we think about this idea, remember that so many times when I'm thinking, I don't feel so good about holding this thought in because I'm holding it in because I really want to share it, but that person would not respond very well to it. Or why does that person speak that way to me? All of those things. Now I want to tell them that they didn't speak very well to me, but how am I thinking about them? So if I can keep that centered space of thinking good about, I choose to think well of the other person, I will see the world smiling back at me because I'm choosing to think well. And I'm choosing to express that energy from me, regardless of whether that other energy is like me or not. And this is such an important but big concept to grasp and handle and then to work with. And I really hope that today everyone will sit for 5 minutes after this video, sit and think of, do I look at the world as if the world is smiling back at me, or am I a little bit suspicious? Like, what do they want from me? And I think if you put your mind to it, you will notice that a lot of people are thinking in more of the suspicious, fear driven, fear led thoughts and words and actions. And it does affect our thoughts, it does affect the way we speak to people, and it does affect how we behave around people. So a lot of people are much more cautious and fearful around each other. And I'll talk more about this in future videos, but I'd like you to see, where are you coming from? Because if you can be in that really centered space of, no, you know what? Everyone that I look at, I'm going to look for something good in them. And I would encourage you to do that for 5 minutes after this video, after you figure out, how do you think? And maybe that exercise alone will help you to see how you are looking at the world around you. I hope that you're creating the positive energy from within you and sharing it with the world around us too. And I hope you have a fantastic day ahead. And I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.